whenever you guys are done barking. Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Get Ready With Me. I am about to go shoot with Michelle. If you guys missed the vlog, don't know where you were, but this is the Get Ready With Me where I show you guys how I did my makeup. Today we're shooting our St. Patrick's Day content, so I thought it would be fun to do a green smoky eye, and we're actually just gonna jump into it because in true fashion on shooting days, I am running late. First thing I'm going in with is the Tula Brighten Up, I think, smoothing primer gel. I like this because it's like nice and cooling. I'm actually a little warm right now, but also too, it really makes your skin super smooth, fills in the pores, but it's not like that super thick silicone-y feel that a lot of pore primers have. It feels just like a little bit more refreshing and lighter. And then always on shooting days, I double up with primers. I'm going in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I always use that one whenever I have a long shoot day, just because we're changing so much and it's such a long day. And this basically is like glue for your makeup. It literally won't budge at all, which is fantastic. So if you have a day where you know you're going to be wearing your makeup for a long day, use this one. It's so incredible. So I'm gonna use a foundation that's not available in the States. I'm so sorry, but it's one of the best foundations I've ever used. It's so good. It's actually technically a drugstore foundation. It's from Australia, so if you're watching this from Australia, know that I love your foundation. I'm using the Australis Fresh and Flawless Full Coverage Foundation infused with vitamin C. We are shooting out in the sun and this has SPF 15, so that's always really nice to also have, but I just really love this foundation in general. I haven't been able to find a way to get this shipped to the States, even if I have to pay for shipping. So I don't know, I'll try to do more research. If I can find out a way that we can get this in the States, I will link that down below. But if not, then I'm so sorry. I apologize that this isn't available. But I'm gonna go in with my blending sponge from EcoTools. This one is a brand new one. First off, can we just take a moment to admire how clean and beautiful it is before I just absolutely wreck it? And I love this sponge because it's pretty much the exact same as a beauty blender. To me, it just feels the exact same. It's a little bit firmer, but I don't mind that. And also it's infused with antimicrobial silver technology, so that helps to combat bacterial buildup. I mean, you should be washing your beauty blender regularly, but it doesn't hurt to have that little extra level of protection. And this is just a fraction of the cost of a beauty blender. I think it's only like $5.99. The price went up on it. It used to be $5, but I don't mind. It's well worth the money. But can we just talk about, like, that's one layer of this foundation. It's freaking fantastic. And the fact that it's like not too matte or anything, like look at that, it just covered up that blemish that I've been picking at on my cheeks in one layer. It's why haven't I used this in a while? I think I just test out so many new products that I like forget about a product, but I'm so glad that I dug this one out because it is amazing. I like to load up on my cheeks on a shooting day and like around here on the sides, just because I'm changing a lot. I'm taking clothing on and off, and even if I'm super careful, I'll just have a tendency to rub on the sides of my face and on my cheeks, so it doesn't hurt to have a little bit extra there. But this finish, I love it. It's so good. Beautiful, just beautiful. I'm going in with concealer. And normally you guys see me put concealer on my lids to prep for shadow. Because I'm going to be doing colored shadow, I'm actually going to go in today with a actual eye primer, so I'll bring that out in just a second, but that's why I'm not doing that like I normally would be doing. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. A little bit goes a long way on this. Like, that's it. That's all I need. You guys will see just like how opaque it is. And when I'm working with colored shadows that I really want to show the true color on, I always opt for an eye primer. I just feel like it gives a better base for the colors to pop off against, as opposed to concealer. If I'm working with neutrals, I'll go with concealer. It doesn't really matter. When we want colors to pop, always do an eye primer. Let me go ahead and set my under eyes and my lids. Always set your eye primer with a translucent powder, because then that way the shadows will blend and glide on a lot smoother. Did I mention I'm going to be using some new products in this video? I'm going to be testing out, they're not new products, they're like not new to the world, but they're new to me. That's like products that I've always wanted to try and never have, or just happened to pick up and want to try, and one that I've had for a long time and I totally forgot I even had it. Never even cracked it open or touched it. But the first item is one that I just ordered in yesterday. It is a cult favorite. A lot of people know about it, and it's something that I've wanted to try for the longest time. And it is the Chanel, I think this is the Soleil Tan Bronze. This is their Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. There's so many people who talk about this bronzer. I hear amazing things about it, so we're gonna bronze with it today. First off, before I ruin it, can we just look at how perfect and beautiful that swirl is? It's so gorgeous, and I'm about to ruin it. I almost like don't want to use it, but you got to. Like, what's the point of buying it if you're not gonna use it? Just grabbing a little bronzing brush. I want a small one because I'm gonna bronzer, but oh, it's ruined. But let me just stipple it in. Okay, I was actually concerned that this wasn't really gonna show up on me, but it does. I got very concerned that there weren't different shade levels. When it said universal, I was like, oh girl, I'm tan. Is that gonna show up? But it does. Okay. I like it. I know it looks crazy. We're gonna blend. Don't you worry. Beautiful. Oh, I love this. This blends so nicely. Oh, this brush is on its last leg. It is shedding like crazy. I need new bronzing and face brushes so bad. I haven't replaced them in so long. And I wash them so often that like I think they're breaking down faster. Ooh, I like this. I love this a lot. Okay, I have brush bristles everywhere, but I like how subtle it is. This is nice. And I didn't want to actually fully contour or anything. I did want to keep it a little bit more subtle just because the eyes are really going to be the focus of this look. Okay. There's a plane going by, but we're going to carry on because I am on a time crunch. Let me just set my face with my powder. And yes, I am just going to go right over that bronze because as you can see, it blends it. That's the way I personally like to blend my cream bronzers. You know, everyone has their own way. Then I'm gonna go over it with a powder bronzer just to like really set in where that bronzer is. I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill Bronze and Blushing Duo palette. I really love the bronzer in here. I'm lukewarm towards the blush. I feel like it could have been better. Could have been a lot more pigmented for the fact that this is meant for like someone with tan medium skin, but I do like the bronzer a lot. I like that it's like a little bit more subtle for when I don't want to go super deep. Reblend all of this. Every time I go in with any kind of bronzer or contour, I like to go in with my powder brush, not pick up any product, but just kind of go in and blend it together a little bit. That way we don't end up with any harsh lines. So moving on to the palette that I'm using. I've had this for over a year and I've never used it. I put it in my closet for like, okay, I'm gonna save this for when I wanna do fun looks, and then I forgot. So this is untouched, kind of. I filmed the beginning of a TikTok and I just swatched one color for it, but pretty much never been touched. The James Charles and Morphe, this like their artistry palette. There you go. We're gonna work with this. Like I mentioned, we're gonna be doing a Smoky Green Eye. So first thing I'm gonna go into here is this color. God, what is this? I don't like the fact that Morphe doesn't put the names on the palette. It's Canvas. Okay, I'm using Canvas and I'm just laying down the color all over my eye as the base. Also, why isn't Canvas one of the big ones? I feel like that's gonna be a color that people are gonna use a lot. Like, what's up with this yellow one being a big one? And then a shimmer being a big one? It's not gonna get used as much. Who designed this palette? Actually, we know who designed this palette. Next up, we're gonna go into Punch Me. Interesting color names. But this palette is so huge. I will say it was smart of them to come out with a smaller one because yeah, if I was to travel with this palette, I mean, first off, I wouldn't need any other palette. This literally has every color under the sun in it, but traveling with it would be an absolute nightmare. I'm so sorry about the airplane, you guys. I would normally wait, but I'm, again, on a bit of a time crunch, so we don't have that luxury today. Now we're gonna start digging into the color. I'm gonna go into this one. This one is this one's Social Blade. Do you guys remember when everyone was taking like the little name covers for these and moving Social Blade over to the red during the whole Dramageddon scandal? Dramageddon 2.0, I think it was, but that shit was crazy. I'm gonna start light and blend this into the crease. That was gonna be more pigmented than that. I can pick up a lot more. There it is. I can already tell this is gonna be one of those eye looks where it's gonna look like trash until it is finished and it looks amazing. So bear with me here on this. Is that even showing up on camera? It's showing up in person. I can see the green in person, but I feel like on camera, can you see that? Is that showing up? Just keep blending. It's the key to basically any eye look, but especially when you're doing a smoky eye, just keep blending. Basically the same principles as when I did my black smoky eye. Put the color on and blend like your life depends on it. Next up, I'm gonna go into this deeper green. And this one is Daddy. Ugh. Why? I'm just gonna keep this more concentrated in the crease. I'm using a more densely packed brush. And I don't really care that it looks crazy right now, because we're gonna blend. Going back in with that first brush, not picking up any more product. I'm going and blend it. And when you're blending shadows, don't be afraid to give it a little pressure. If you're light, it's gonna take you forever and a day to blend. Taking a packing brush, if I can find one that I'm willing to ruin with green. I'm gonna take Daddy again on this denser brush, and I'm gonna fill in my lid and get it nice and saturated. Take it all the way up to the bottom of that crease. And I'm only gonna blend in the crease just so that there's not a harsh line where that densely packed lid shadow meets the crease. I'm gonna take the other side of the packing brush, spray it just a touch. Then I'm gonna go into this color here, which is Guac. Yeah, this one's Guac. And I'm gonna pack it right on that lid. This is not like as dramatic as I wanted it to be. I think I'm gonna need to go in with my finger. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we were looking for. Perfect. And I really went all in on this green theme, didn't I? So I'm gonna work on the bottom lid, taking a straight definer brush, taking Daddy. Just gonna trace my lash line with it. Get it really densely packed in there. Then taking a small blending brush, I'm gonna pick up Daddy and Social Blade, a little bit more of Social Blade, and I'll blend it out. And make sure to blend it out and connect it up to the top. Ooh, I'm loving this actually so far. So, I went to Ulta. This is an espresso bag. The Ulta bag's inside. I went to Ulta the other day. First off, they're getting in on St. Patrick's Day. And they had these LA Girl Shockwave liners that were on sale for like $3. I'm not gonna use the yellow, but I did grab the yellow too, just because I think I wanna do some kind of like spring look with this. Stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna go in with this green one right here. This one is in the color Gotcha. And I'm just gonna go ahead and line the bottom lash line with this. Oh, here, let me swatch it for you guys so you guys can see the color. It's just kind of like an electric green, which I think would be a fun pop in here. It's my first time using those. You have to go over a few times in the waterline to really get it in there. I don't know if you can even see. See that? There it is. Yeah, just go over it a couple times. Okay, sorry if the frame shifted a little bit. I had to put in a new battery. I'm gonna go ahead and get the glue started on my lashes, just so that these can dry a little bit before I put them on. Tight line, just a little bit on the top. And I'm gonna do just a little baby wing. I don't wanna do anything crazy because like really the green eyeshadow is the star of the show, but I do just want a little wing to define the eye shape. Also, it always helps false lashes to blend a little bit better when you have at least like a small wing. Then a little mascara. I use my favorite drugstore one, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Waterproof. And I think I'm actually gonna set this green in my waterline. I'm gonna use Social Blade because it's essentially the same color, and I'm just gonna set it so that it doesn't budge. Also gives it a little bit more pop. Lashes are on. I'm gonna let these dry. I pulled the trigger a little bit too early, so I'm just gonna let them sit before I try to play with them too much. Usually I'll press them together and push them up, but like I said, they're on a little bit too soon. The glue is still a little too wet for my taste, so I'm gonna give it a second to dry. So on the eyebrows, just a little bit. And let's go ahead and move back over to the face. I'm gonna take the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. This is in the color Love. It's just one dot high up on the cheek. I don't want like my blush to be super overwhelming because again, the eyes are the star of the show on this one. But I like how pigmented the Rare Beauty blush is on me, and it actually stays, which is rare. Please don't unsubscribe because of that bad joke. Such a pretty flush. Again, taking the powder brush, just gonna blend it a little bit. Perfect. Then taking the Jaclyn Cosmetics Nude Light Powder. Mine is in the color Do Me. I don't know if she came out with this color in her permanent collection. I honestly didn't even look at them when she released the permanent collection because I already have this, but I'm sure there's like a similar color if she didn't come out with this exact color. But I'm gonna put it on the apples of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit just on the forehead and chin, and setting the face. And then while it's still wet, working kind of fast here, I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in Flurries. Again, this was part of like a holiday collection, this color, so I don't think that she released it, but I'm sure she has a similar one. I'm just gonna hit the tip of the nose, high points on the cheeks, and that's it. Moving on to the lips, I'm taking, what are you? This is the ColourPop lip liner in Brink. It's lining all around. Then taking the MAC Liquid Lip Color. This is like my favorite one. This is in the color Burnt Spice. Hello. So I'm going to take this and just concentrate it on the middle of my lips and blot it out. And this color starts off kind of pinky, but once it dries to like a very, very nice like neutral color. Cute. Okay, and last step is press in the highlighter a little bit so that it more sinks into the skin. Cool, and makeup is done. Look at that. Nice fun green smoky eye. I like a little pop of liner on the bottom. But let's move on to the hair. You guys have seen me use this before, but this is the Big Quick Curls from Conair. But I want to show you guys kind of like in real time how long I leave it in. The second you plug it in, it turns on. I have the button on right here. And there's one up here that has a red light. Once that red light turns white, these are all good to go. Give my hair a good brush through. Just make sure all the tangles are out and everything. And these roller come with 2 different ways to secure them. They come with the clips, which is honestly really fast. I like these because it's just clip it, but they do dent a little bit, so just be aware. So in the front, I'm going to use these little metal clips. These are supposed to not dent your hair as bad. Okay, for jewelry, I'm just going to do a pair of hoops I have on my regular daily rings, but I'm going to do these curb chain link earrings from Forever 21. I love these. These are like such a staple earring for me in my jewelry collection. Looks like they're ready to go. So I like to work in 2 sections, like the top and the bottoms. I work vertically, so I curl it like that on the bottom pieces at least. But these curl really, really quickly. You only need them in for maybe a couple of minutes, if that. And it takes a couple minutes to clip them in. So for me, and just like how curled I want the hair to be, pretty much as soon as I am done rolling it all, is when I just take it right out. This has been honestly my favorite way to do my hair. I just feel like it's a lot faster than actually going in with a curler, and I like it more because it's like nice and soft. It doesn't actually like fully curl my hair. It's just more volume with just like a little bit of a curl at the end, which I should really like. And then here I'm gonna start with the top pieces first and roll it down. It's my first time using these metal clips, so 1 second. How the fuck do you do this? I think it goes in on this side. Got it. Those metal clips are really hard to use. And then finally, the sides. And pop it in. Cool. So as soon as I put in the top ones, basically take out the bottom, and look at that. And that's not even with waiting a minute after finishing the last one. That is how quickly these will curl for you. I'm trying to go in the order that I had before. Ooh, that one got really curly. That is way more than I wanted. Wow, that's like curled up a lot more. Brush that out. But yeah, I took these out pretty much immediately. I didn't even wait 1 minute after finishing putting in the top ones. So if you want to curl your hair fast, this is such a good way. Do the front ones last, front and top, because that's where we want the most hold. And these ones with the damn metal clips. Always looks crazy when I first take it out. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, this is the first time that I think I've ever been able to do this and keep the middle part. So yeah, definitely use the metal clips in the front. Do I want the side part though? No, I'm good with this middle part. And this will like last 2 days for me. I mean, obviously the curls won't be as defined on the second day, but the volume and like a little bit of the wave will still be there on day 2. There we go. Oh my god, so fun. Every single time I use these, I'm always like, oh my god, look how good it looks. All right, yeah, so there is the completed look. We have our eyeshadow, hair done, and I am ready to go shoot. I hope you guys enjoyed this St. Patrick's Day Smoky Green Eye get ready with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel out so much when you interact with my video. And I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon again in my next one. Bye.